The economic starting off with the country specification, Angola is already moving towards national reconstruction and economic stability, and the national production starts growing again. The first results are encouraging. Through an IMF monetary accord, the government adopted anti-inflationary measures which impact can be measured in the daily life of the country. In the last 3 years, the inflation rate recorded a big fall. With this happening, there is more trade and productive activity, more offer and purchase of goods, and a real growth of the network of banking services. Social investment. In addition to betting on the economy, the government is also allocating a major amount of resources to the social sector. In 2002, by the first time in many years, the social destination of the state general budget exceeded the sum committed to the defense, a reflex of the peace times and a return to normality of the ruling. On the other hand, the government is increasing its capacity of investment, fighting the illegal trade and the flight of revenues that so much damaged the country's economy. In 2001, there was an increase of 76% in the funds collection as a result of a new and strict administration of the Customs Office.
The people and the culture. Angola is also
ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you have to apologize because my English is not strong enough. So I will try to do my best. But my presentation will focus on general outlook of the country, and I'll talk a little bit about the key challenges and incentives and benefits to the investors. And I'll finish showing you a few business opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin recalling that the Angolan people achieved peace for nearly 9 years. Since that time, our country has consolidated political stability, democracy has strengthened, and has ensured national reconciliation. At the same time, insurance has been taking steps towards consolidating macroeconomic stability and establishing the foundation for a robust economic growth and development, recording since then rates of note in the international panorama. The political stability and the state investments on the rehabilitation and upgrading of the productive infrastructures and social backgrounds have been leading to a greater circulation of goods and people, increased domestic and foreign private investment, and fundamental structural change in economy. The Angolan economy is ranked among the fastest growth in the world. Within 80 years, between 1989 and 2007, the Angolan economy showed an average growth rate of 9.6%. In just 4 years, in 2004 to 2007, the Angolan economy recorded a growth of 92.4% in real terms. In other words, in 4 years, almost doubled the gross domestic product GDP, which is truly remarkable since it matched to an average annual real growth of approximately 17.8%. And already in 2008, in full global economic crisis, this peace having been accelerating the growth rate of 13.4%, was one of the highest worldwide. The Economist Intelligence United foresee a growth of 8.8%, 6.2%, and 9.5% for 2010, 2011, and 2012, respectively, turning Angola top the list of global growth. The rhythm of economic growth is the result not only the increase in the prices in the production of oil. As you've seen, Angola produces around 2 million barrels of the oil per day, but also the expansion of agricultural sector, manufacturing, industry, and construction, as well as of boosted investment. Mention should be made in this regard that since 2006 to this part, the non-oil GDP has grown at a faster pace than the oil sector, which is a positive sign of economic diversification process we promote. Inflation and the monetary policy, where the success of macroeconomic stabilization is strongest. The national currency has remained stable, performing more and more effectiveness the role of the medium of exchange and the value reserve. Levels of hyperinflationary lived until 1996 with a cumulative annual rate of 3,000%. The countries show the last 5 years rates close to 10%, including 12% in 2006, 11.8% in 2007, 12.8% in 2008, 13% in 2009, and 13% in 2010. This was excellent macroeconomic framework that allow us today welcomed with us with how Angola's debt to the Paris Club been resolved, and the fact that the payment is elapsed, usually under agreed terms, and in 2010 practically adjusted to debts to domestic suppliers, including the public works contractors. We want to build in Angola a just society and equitable development, which is to eradicate hunger and poverty based on equal opportunities for all citizens, with emphasis on a human development and justice in the contribution of national income to ensure the political and social stability. We want to build a society that grants universal access to housing, drinking water, electric power, education service, health, and other public goods and services that contribute to social welfare. Alongside the investment in human capital rehabilitation of economic infrastructures and social have been the main priority of the government. As we saw, thousands of kilometers of roads have been built in recent years, which has increased the movement of people across the country, has allowed goods and strengthens national cohesion. Angola, while rehabilitating its network infrastructures, modernizing and expanding the network of ports and airports and railways, the network of production and the distribution of electricity has been developed under numerous projects ranging from those large scale with the construction of dams to the small projects such as implementation of small hydro. We are building a telecommunication system based on the latest technology. We want to build in Angola a just society and equitable development, which is to, as I said, eradicate hunger and poverty. So, Then I'll talk a little bit about ANIP responsibility. ANIP is the agency which I represent, and they have the responsibility to receive and give the just treatment regarding the investment proposals or projects to be implemented in Angola. Also, ANIP has the power to manage the incentives to the investors, as we'll see after. Basically, in Angola, the Angolan investment-based law allow external investors to open a branch, to open joint venture companies, to open, to do consortium agreement, and others operation of management capital. So it's not true. If you hear, sometimes you hear about Angola and they say, okay, you could not invest in Angola without a local partner. It's not true. You could go in Angola and open a branch by yourself. And the ways of investing is also written by law. The investors, the national investors also, they have guarantees. The law allows the external investors to expatriate profits, and the government could not interfere in the local companies. Local companies means the company which was created and opened in Angola under the Angolan law, even if those companies belong to the non-resident people or external companies or external singular person. The liquidation, so the external, the local entrepreneurs could also export their profits, and they could export as well abroad the liquidation of the capital and the royalties as well. If, example, the government interfere in have to destroy an investment or to because of obstacle regions, the investors, they have the right of indemnification. The government has to pay back the money that the investor did invest. Okay. In terms of incentives, incentives means fiscal facilities to give to the companies to implement their business, such as industrial tax. The investors, they could they will not pay, example, industrial tax, which means 35% of the profit end of the years. Yeah, they could be exempt of the payment of industrial tax and capital gains tax, and also duties facility. All the equipments and material which they import to Angola will not pay duties. The incentives,
Mr. Prada, on your incentives, and I think this is a great way to crystallize the benefit of these incentives for potential foreign investors. Can you give the audience an example of a success story of a foreign investor in non-oil coming into Angola, taking the benefit of the incentives? And sort of give us a success story so that we can help sort of think in terms of real application of the incentives in real time over the last couple of years.
Okay. Thank you. The success story we could talk about later, because we have here a representative of the Minister of Industry and Mines who works directly with entrepreneurs after they submit and after ANIP approve their projects, investment proposals. So, but what I can say, Coca-Cola is there, Samsung as well, and Nestle as well is there, it's operating in Angola, and so many companies that which received already benefits.
And are they there because they are servicing the Angolan community, the Angolan population, or are they using Angola as a platform for the region, or maybe both?
Excuse me, could you repeat this?
You mentioned Coca-Cola, you mentioned Samsung. The foreign investors that are investing in Angola, are they doing so because they're selling to the Angola population directly, or are they using Angola as a platform to sell into other parts of
No, Angola is a big market. If you look after Angola, we could find that Luanda, example, is the main capital, has around 8 million people live around Luanda. And our industry is not producing, is not set up yet because of the war. As you know, the war was stopped just only in 2002, and we are trying to develop our industrial park. So we used to import everything abroad from overseas. So those companies, they produce and sell to the local people, the local population. And also they create jobs. They offer jobs. This is one of the main points. They create jobs, and for us, for our countries, is a very good opportunity. So basically, in resume, we have got here how does the incentives work. We have zone A, B, and C. Zone A means the zone that was not suffering so much during the war. I'm talking about the zone located in the littoral. And zone B was destroyed by the war more than zone A. And zone C means the regions that were completely destroyed by the war. So, in way to reduce the acidity, we offer more incentives to the companies which invest in zone C. Example, for the industrial tax, which means 35% on the profit, we offer 15 years for the exemption and reduction of the payment of this fiscal tax. And it happens also with the payment on capital gains tax, and also, as I said, with the duties, customs duties. So this map shows, this graphic shows how the investment is going through Angola. Africa is the country that invests more in Angola. Africa means Angolans, because they trust in their own country. And we have a local bank, which means Angolan Development Bank, that has 5% of the oil fund. 5% is using to develop local projects, for local national projects. So the Angolans, as I say, they trust on their own country, and they invested more than other countries. And then we have in Europe and Asia, America, and then Asia. So we are talking about between 2006 and 2009, Angola received projects more than $3 billion US. Okay, in terms of jobs, between 2008 and 2009, Angola was created around 33,000 jobs. But if we are looking for the government offer around 600,000 jobs because of the infrastructures. As you know, we loan money from China, and this money is to rebuild the infrastructures to allow the investors to supply, to give the conditions for the investors to establish in Angola. In terms of business opportunity in mines, we have so many natural resources in terms of mines. We have iron, we have base metals, base metals, we have gold, we have copper, magnesium, etc. If you are interested, we have here a gentleman from the Ministry of Mining who could explain exactly each project and give you all the overview. But let me say that all those projects are waiting for investment. Also, in the industry sector, we have so many business opportunities. Agro-industry, fruit processing, automotive, maize and wheat mills, packing, textiles, recycling industry, etc. And also electronic, chemical industry. So all those projects are available if you would like to discuss with us then. In terms of industrial park, we have around five zones where we would like to set up industrial parks, such as industrial parks, as you know, means the areas, industrial zone, where the government should provide industrial soil, good price, water, telecommunication, energy, etc. Let me show you how much does it cost and where those industrial parks are located. The first one is in Viana. Viana stay around Rwanda, which has 80,000 hectares, and we need 82 million US dollars to set up this zone. But let me say that this zone is completely occupied, but we still need to build the infrastructures there. Another zone is in Cabinda. Cabinda is a conclave, as you know, next to the Republic of Congo, and the park means include an area with 2,345 hectares. And in terms of infrastructures, we need the government seek to receive or to set up this project around 36 million US on face phase, sorry. And Benguela as well, a very nice country, and Dondo. If you could more details, we have in condition to discuss this later. In Wambo as well. Soyo is the convenient location because a big oil company, a big project is located there. We are talking the LNG project, guys, the oil producing project. So, answer your question, we have here those companies that could tell more about our business environment. But let me say that Angola, when we are looking after Angola, business opportunity in Angola, we should think not only in 20 million people that lives around, but in a Southern Africa community that includes around more than 300 million population. Thank you very much, and I will be able to ask for your question, to answer your questions.
Thank you, Mr. Prata. Are there any questions from the audience? Are there any questions related to the mining sector as well? Well, if there aren't any other additional questions from our friends from Angola, we will prepare for the next country presentation, which is from Namibia. It'll take 5 minutes to make that transition. Thank you, gentlemen.